Hey guys, what's up? Sports Talk 82, aka Troy, here with one more bracket, which is the South bracket with the number 1 seed Arizona. Will they get to the Final Four? Let's find out right now. At least my prediction. I mean, it's obviously not going to be decided for a while, but here's my prediction. Forgot that word for a second. Sorry about this terrible editing job right here. I just couldn't do it. I will pick Arizona over Weber State. Weber State did kill whoever the heck they were playing in their conference title game, but whoever they were playing in their conference title game is not Arizona, so I pick Arizona to win. Between Kentucky and Oklahoma State, you have a lot of talented teams playing in 8-9 games, and I do think the talent of Oklahoma State wins out. Marcus Smart, one of the best players in the country, I think he'll lead them to victory. Oklahoma kind of got a bad draw here in the North Dakota State, the winners of the Summit Conference. They make more shots than they miss. They shoot 50.9% from the field, and they're a good defensive team, and they got a 44% three-point shooter in case they do go down. And I think that North Dakota State, the Bison, will pull off the upset over Oklahoma. Even though the selection committee hates the Mountain West, 7 seed for New Mexico, what are they, out of their minds? I do not hate the Mountain West, and I will pick San Diego State over New Mexico State. Even though New Mexico State has that one guy that's like 7'5", 300 pounds, he just looks like a giant playing out there. But I do still think that Xavier Thames and the rest of the Aztecs will be able to get over the Aggies. For whatever reason, this is one of my hardest games to pick. Nebraska ball versus Baylor, but I did pick Baylor. I think Brady Heslop's a very good player, and I just remember Nebraska's game versus Ohio State in their conference tournament, and they just didn't really look as dynamic as they did in that win versus Wisconsin. So I'm just going to pick Baylor. I'll probably end up changing this like millions of times before I submit my bracket, but my first impression pick is Baylor. If you have Doug McDermott on your team, you have a chance to win any game. I think I said that in an earlier video today, but it's just so true. He's just a game-changing guy, and I think they'll be able to beat University of Louisiana Lafayette, who had a very good win against Georgia Southern in their conference tournament today. Hats off to them, but I do think they'll get beat in this game. If you ask me, BYU should have barely gotten in. They should have been the last team in, and then if you put NC State in, they shouldn't have gotten in at all. So I don't think they're going to do too good against Oregon here, who did beat Arizona, UCLA, and Arizona State all this season, and they're coming into the tournament 8-1. BYU has a key injury in Kyle Collinsworth, so I do not think BYU will win. I think Oregon will move on to the next round. Random thought here, why is American not in the American Conference? Anyway, they're going to lose this game. Wisconsin's too good. Arizona versus Oklahoma State. This is a tough one because Phil Forte is a very good shooter. Marcus Smart, obviously very talented. But I think Nick Johnson, great player for Arizona. Great defensive team. Got great wins against Duke, Michigan, UCLA, San Diego State, Oregon. I think that Arizona will pull this one off. I think that this will be a very close game, and I'm kind of tempted to take North Dakota State, but I'll go with San Diego State. Xavier Thames, like I said, great player, good defensive team. I think they'll be able to stop the Bison. Once Creighton starts getting to the later rounds, it's going to be harder and harder for them to just completely rely on one player the way they do. You could see what happened in the Big East title game when he was covered for most of the game and they ended up losing. So I think that'll end up happening in the later rounds, and I think Baylor will be able to get the best of them. Oregon's a pretty good team, but I think Wisconsin will be able to beat them. Frank Kaminsky's a really good player, and Wisconsin really doesn't commit very many turnovers, so I think they'll be able to avoid beating themselves, and I think they'll be able to beat Oregon. In the first Elite 8 game, going to be a battle in the desert, but I think Arizona will be able to win, even though they lost Brandon Ashley. He got hurt, but I think they'll still be able to beat San Diego State. And as for Baylor versus Wisconsin, I'm picking Wisconsin in that one. They're just a better team than Baylor, in my opinion. Wisconsin's got to win over Florida, which I think really proves them to be one of the elite teams. But when it comes to Arizona versus Wisconsin, I am still going to pick Arizona. So that's it for the South region. Yeah, I'm picking Arizona to get out of this one. Leave your comment on who you think is what's going to happen in this region. Subscribe to this channel, and as you can see right there, I was trying to think of something, and I'm editing this video right now, and I just thought of it. My final 4 picks: I think Florida is going to beat Iowa State. I think Arizona is going to beat Louisville, and in the championship game, Florida versus Arizona, I gotta go with Florida. But that's just what I think. What do you guys think? Oh, wait, don't leave yet. Enjoy this montage of me missing a bunch of basketball shots coming right up. Alright, we're going to end this the same way we did last year. Shoot. I even forgot to bring the ball over here. Oh, there we go. See you later, guys. I'll catch you soon.